We've got some new updated information on Princess's Captain Circle program. We're going to talk about some testing updates to do with the Sapphire Princess, what's going on there, lots of information actually about the Sapphire Princess. We're going to talk about when cruises are going to be released for sale in Alaska for 2024 on 2 cruise lines, and lots of other things to talk about as well. So go ahead and pull up a chair and stay with us. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips, and today is Wednesday. It's November 23rd. I just double checked, and I am really excited to be here with all of you. And I wanted to let you know that I look forward to talking to you every day. And so here we go. First of all, one of you was so kind to over on our Facebook group. So if you have not joined our Facebook group, it's just Let's Go Travel Tips. And you just go request to join and we're going to let you in. It works really nice. It's very simple. But there is an amazing community there. We have over 2,000 members now, and there's not a clunker in the group. You all are amazing. People share beautiful photos of places that they're visiting on their cruises. They share so much information. They're happy to answer questions. It's a wonderful place to be. Wonderful conversations going on, and I'm very pleased with it. So come and join us. But anyway, they posted this letter, and they were just on the Sapphire Princess and received this letter when they boarded. And I really appreciate it because we have talked a lot about what Princess is doing with some of their loyalty programs. They have taken away perks that like elite people have really enjoyed. I don't know why they did that. I think they should give those minutes back. If anybody at Princess is listening, I've said that before. Give those minutes back. It doesn't cost you anything, and the people that appreciate them just use those minutes. They don't want half off of a Wi-Fi package, okay? Okay, you could still offer the half off of a Wi-Fi package. Anyway, here's what the letter says. Let me just read you a little bit of it because I was pleased with what I heard. It says, "Your loyalty means the world to us. As a platinum member of the Captain Circle, please find a comprehensive list of benefits and special offers available to you on this sailing. We trust you will We trust that you will enjoy exploring the ship and take advantage of these offers." And then they go through and list what they are. So always they have had it so that if you are Platinum or Elite, you can go to the Platinum or Elite Lounge. It's an exclusive venue that only Platinum and Elite members go to. They do ask you to, like the daily dress code is usually smart casual. And it's open from 5 to 7 p.m. And on this Sapphire Princess, it is located on Skywalker's Lounge, which is deck 18 aft. And if you guys are not, I'm just going to tell you this, if you are not familiar with Skywalker's Lounge, they used to build, they had several ships, like all the ships in that class used to have them. And well, I don't know if all of them did. Several did, and then they took them off. But it's on the very aft of the ship. You would see like an opening of of air. Like, you could just see all the way through. And then there was another layer, and it was Skywalker's Lounge. It's been a fun place. They have a DJ play. People can go there and dance. It's this huge area with windows all the way around it. So beautiful. It is the perfect place to sit, no matter whether it's first in the morning to see the views, all day long, clear through sunset. You see the wake view, spectacular. I love to be on a ship that has Skywalker's Lounge. I know when we were just on the Caribbean Princess, she had one. When we were on the Golden, she had one. So why is it that I think they took them off of a ship? I don't know. If anybody remembers that, you can put that in the comments. Anyway, if you're in a ship that has the Skywalkers, you have to go. And so, anyway, so that is where, and when they have that way, I want to point out that, well, it depends on how many people are on the cruise, but they usually have it off to the side as the Platinum and Elite Lounge area, and then regular people who are not Platinum or Elite can just go ahead and still enjoy part of that lounge. It's not the whole lounge. And then the Captain's Circle party is always really special. You go, you walk in the door. It's not here. It's on this Sapphire Princess. It's in Club Fusion, which here is deck 7 aft, and you walk in the door of it, and the officers are lining the sides. And the ones that I've been to, the captain's been there as well. So like all the officers are there, It's extra special. Then you get to, you can be seated. They take your card, that is the card you were invited with, so you get to go, but they send you a little card also, shows up in your cabin. You take that with you, and they put it in a raffle, and I'm pretty sure you get a bottle of champagne. But it's really, really, it's always a special evening. Now, when I was just on the Discovery Princess, they had one, I want to say, that was 6 or 6:15 to 7 or 7:15. Then they had another one that ran after that. That is how many Platinum and Elite people they had on board that ship. That was a lot. It was a very special sailing, though. It was the original Love Boat cast was on board. It was fabulous. And so I could see why they would have so many people that have sailed with them a lot on board. So that's what they do. If they have that many people, they'll run 2 parties. They won't put a few thousand people at once. They'll break you up into smaller groups. And so it's very special. If you can go to that, you should go to that. They have free drinks are included. You just go up to the bar and ask for what you would like. It's just very, very nice. And so take advantage of that. Now at the bottom of it, it says you do get 50% off of the medallion package, the medallion net package, sorry. And by that they mean the Wi-Fi. You get early access to Dine My Way reservations, which this is true. Platinum and Elite, as soon as you book your cruise, you can start looking at reservations. Reminds me we should look at reservations for our Norway cruise right away. You get 10% off of Lotus Spa treatments and also 10% off of photos in the photo gallery. So I just wanted to let you all know that there's different offers that go along with being Platinum and Elite, and I am really pleased that they did a whole letter reminding everyone about those on a recent cruise. And so I don't know if they'll ever bring those minutes back, but at least they're trying, and to me, trying is worth a lot. So also, we had a really nice Let's Go family member who sent me the information. She was also just on the Sapphire Princess. I think she was on the sailing after this one. So, in fact, I know she was. It had to be after this one, I know, because I know when they went. And she said if we were drinkers, it would have been much more benefit, is the drinks in the lounge are $6.50 or about half off from 5 to 7. So that would be the time that you go just to the Platinum and Elite lounge, not to the Captain's Circle party. She said that the food that they had out for the little appetizers, because they serve appetizers there in the lounge, she said on hers they varied a little bit every day, kind of like a little buffet setup. One day it was steak tartare, another day it was caviar. They had samosas, things like that. And I know that as Elite, you get to have a little plate of canapes brought to your cabin on formal nights, and they were really tiny this time on the Discovery Princess. They used to be a little bit bigger, I've seen in pictures, but that's okay. They're trying. But they were all really good, and I really enjoyed them, and I didn't have to share even any of them, which I'm always happy to share with Gordon, but I got to try every one, so they were really good. And then she did point out that that Platinum, the more than half of the passengers on her sailing were either Platinum or Elite, so there was a lot of people. And then the final thing I should remind you, the reason you want to go to that as well is when the couple that I have been to, the captain is so nice, and he will let you get your picture with him. You just come up, and well, there'll be a little line, but you don't have to only be Elite to get your picture with the captain. And so I think that is very generous. It uses a lot of their time, but I think it's time very well spent, and they seem very pleased to be there. So that's what I wanted to let you know on that. Also, the same Let's Go family member said that the sailing that they were on was the one right before the one that's going now that has had that extra testing. And so I really appreciate her letting us know what went on in her cruise, so that we have an idea of maybe why they had to do extra testing and extra masking for just the beginning of their cruise. So she said the third to the last day before disembarking, the captain announced that they had 1% of the passengers with COVID. On the second to last day of the cruise, he announced that the 2% of the passengers that were sailing had COVID. So that means that they had to keep a 6-foot distance from the performers, gym use and other and you couldn't use the gym, and she couldn't remember if there was anything else that goes with it. But that gives us kind of a window to what they're going to do if 2% of the passengers have COVID. And then she said by the final day, they were back to 1%. So clearly, 1% of 1,500 people is not too terribly many. And so, although we don't want anybody to get sick, do we? But I really appreciate that. Thank you very much, Holly. And then finally, we have someone who is on the Sapphire Princess this week, and someone who's going to be on her next week. So this is fabulous. So the one on this week has sailed with Princess a lot. And they have been on 6 different princess ships since the restart. She said that flat out, this is their best cruise ever. She said the food is excellent. She said that every evening that the head waiters, the maitre d', have come by their table to talk to them, make sure they're pleased with everything. They have really, really, really done. She's like, they didn't even do that before COVID. Not all those people would come and talk to them. And so she said this is the first time they've seen that done, but it was really refreshing, and that people have taken really good care of them. Of course, their room steward has been excellent. And so I was really happy to hear that. Maybe, I think so. We all had a rough start after the restart of everything, and clearly Princess has had a rough start, and I don't know why, but maybe they're getting their feet under them. I like to think they're getting their feet under them because I like Princess that much. So the other thing that I wanted to let you know, she says that right now, the maximum capacity for passengers on the Sapphire is 2,670 passengers, and right now there are 1,955 passengers. So she says it's not crowded anywhere. You can go, always get a seat in the theater, a lounger by the pool. Nowhere that you go is it crowded. So that's nice. And finally, what we all want to know about is the internet. She said that the internet has been actually really good. She said that she'll walk around the ship and she'll get logged out, so she'll have to log back in. But when she's logged in and wants to use it, that it works really well. And then also she said their satellite TV, because that's how we all watch TV when you're on a cruise ship, has not gone out any. And that's really good. I think they've cruised clearly a long ways there across the ocean, not close to any inhabited areas. And so I thought that was all really good news from the Sapphire Princess. Then we've got the last thing about the Sapphire is we have a Let's Go family member who will be on the December 2nd sailing. They're going to be heading down to Central America and Antarctica. And she said that all she has gotten so far, it's a 32-day cruise, and she has just gotten one email from Princess with info on pre-cruise testing and masks for the first 3 days. So it sounds like they're only going to have to do a test before embarkation, wear their masks, and hopefully that will be all, and they'll be able to carry on with a lovely voyage. Now, in connection with that, can I just mention to you all, I had the pleasure of booking a cruise for someone next year in Japan in 2023. As you know, Princess is just barely opening the door, but I want to tell you, did I tell you this yesterday? I don't know. But you know what? Cruises are going for very affordable prices in Japan right now. You're going to have to, do the masking and the testing and show your vaccine, proof of a vaccine. And I don't know how many people want to go back to that or not. I said to Gordon when I saw the prices, I was like, we should go. He's been wanting to go there. And I said, this is like the time to go. And then I said, oh, wait a minute. But then we have to go through all that again. So we're kind of mulling over in our mind if we're going to do that in the spring or not, trying to decide. I think we're just going to see how things go for a minute and then decide what to do. So finally, just really quickly, you all are so very generous. You have told me so many things. I feel like when Gordon and I have the chance to go to Cartagena or Costa Rica, or anyone who watches our videos, they are going to be very well prepared. I wanted to add that someone else said they did a princess excursion that was an emerald tour. It was amazing and so fun. They made jewelry, met the owners, went through the museum, and ended in the store, and that it was a great excursion. And in Limon, Costa Rica, they went on a coffee tour, and she said, do be aware, if you see a coffee tour advertised, it's about a 2.5 hour bus ride, and you ride really deep into Costa Rica. And once you get there, it's really rather hard climbing. And so if you have like a scooter or a wheelchair, or you have a hard time walking and wouldn't be able to hike very much, then keep that in mind and maybe don't book that tour. I hope that they would say strenuous activity on it, but she said it was really an excellent tour, but just keep that in mind. So thank you very much for sharing that with us. Now, here's the fun part about Alaska. So I know we have all been waiting for Alaska 2024 to please come. So many people want that. And finally, on December 5th, Princess is supposed to have Alaska for sale. And on December 8th, Holland America has announced that they will have Alaska for sale, both for 2024. 2023 looks very affordable up there right now, which is lovely. So it'll be fun to see truly how the 2023 and the 2024 pricing play out, and see how much they're putting it up for 2024, just what's going on. The opportunity that I had to be at that convention last week, what I heard when I was on the celebrity with, they had, all the high up people on board, and Gordon's working on clipping some things out of some videos for me. Like, I videoed this whole question and answer that had like the president and CEO and the chairman of the board for celebrity there talking, taking questions, and very interesting. And Captain Kate was there too. Maybe, I don't know, do you guys want to just see that hour? I could put it up if you want. They just talked about whatever questions people asked. So let me know if you'd like the whole hour. But anyway, from my experience there and from what I heard when I was just on that conference, and that conference draws everyone from all of the major cruise lines. There's not a major cruise line or a minor cruise line that was not represented. Riverboats, everybody was there. Expedition cruising was there. Everybody is talking about prices going up because they don't see a way around it. You've got fuel going up, you've got food going up. Those are like the two biggest things. And so it's going to be really interesting to me to see how that plays out, because it just is. Hopefully the things that we see will go up, will not be up so much that it'll make it harder for us to cruise. Another really interesting thing while we're talking about it is, they've done, clearly they do all of this research, and the gentleman who is the chairman of the board for Norwegian pointed out that right now what they can see is that people who earn $50,000 a year or less, the current economic situation will make it harder for them to cruise. Because how do you pay that much for a gallon of gas and it not get you? Those people who earn more than that, of course, we feel that. But they feel like people that earn more than that will save money on other things. They'll make it work to be able to go on cruises still. I thought that was a really interesting number of where they landed that, and I thought it was really interesting. They don't see the demand for cruising falling. So I think that's interesting, even with the economy the way it is. And they do expect a recession next year like everyone else does. So, alrighty. One thing I forgot to tell you also about Point Uranus, one of our Let's Go family members, they went to the Sloth Sanctuary, Botanical Garden, Ox Cart Factory, and lunch. She said it was wonderful. The only thing is to know you don't get to touch the sloths. Alrighty, after we talked about crew members yesterday, I could not get them off my mind, and so many of you gave really excellent comments, and so I thought I would just share a little bit of what has come to my mind based on your comments about maybe what we can all do, and say, and I would like your input on that afterwards also, and then we're going to just talk about holiday travel and planes really quick at the end. So as far as crew goes, the crew on the ship, I think we all agree, are amazing. And a few things that really stood out for me is our Let's Go family member, Hetty, said she treats them like family, that they are her temporary family while she's on board the ship, especially the cabin stewards, because they take such good care of us. And I feel that way too. It's just like I'm always excited to meet them. I think we all are excited to meet them and see who they are, and hopefully start being nice to them as they work so hard to take such good care of us. Another thing that I thought was really important is our Let's Go family member, Carrie. He has the luxury of cruising a lot, and he said that he always gets to know crew members and some of the musicians when he is on board. He keeps in touch with them. I thought it was really sweet. He said the last cruise he got on, it was like he was like a superstar because so many people remembered him, and I love that he pointed out that it's really nice, especially because he cruises solo, that he has so many people to talk to and that remember him, and that he remembers and takes good care of them too, just like they took good care of him. So I really appreciated that comment. I hadn't really thought of that before. We have been on cruises a couple of times, and the one that I would say is the most remarkable is when we were on the Majestic Princess way back at the start of cruising. August 15th is when we boarded of 2021, and the gentleman taking our photograph remembered us from before the shutdown. And when I looked at him and talked to him for a few minutes, then we remembered him. He's from India, just the finest guy. And so it does make you feel special, and it makes you want to do more for them. So I really appreciated that. And then the other tip that I really enjoyed was our Let's Go family member Mark says that he just gets it. And Jeffrey said he'll take little coin envelopes, those little ones. They're kind of like about this, they're little, that, bankers used to put coins in, or you can still put coins in, but they would slide money in them to be able to give people. And I love that Mark said he would keep an eye out for some of the more easily forgotten crew members on board the ship, whether it's someone cleaning the handrails or just doing things that, boy, we need them done and we are so grateful for. But like our cabin stewards, I always tip our cabin stewards. I always tip our waiters at dinner, just some of the obvious things. I love to tip somebody if I'm like walking up to the bar and they start making me a Diet Coke. I think those are obvious things to me. Or the guy at the International Cafe that just knows that I want a sandwich toasted when it's usually not, things like that. But so I'm going to do better. I'm going to start doing that too, Mark. Thank you very much. And then here's the discussion I would also like us to have in addition to talking about what we can do to try to engage, because we need to engage them more. They need to feel more love and appreciation from us so that it makes their job more worthwhile. They're away from home. They clearly came because they needed money, and some people come because they want to see the world. A whole lot of them come because they need money. And so we need to do a better job of taking care of them so that they feel appreciated and are able to do their job better. Now, we have to figure out how to be even better at this, you guys, because, the gentleman that took his life earlier this week was, he worked in the galley, and I don't ever get to go in the galley unless we start getting to go on those tours again. If we do, we should put lots of envelopes in our pocket. But just we need to think about how to reach more people. Okay, don't you like me telling you what to do? Sorry, that's just what came to my mind. And of course, you can do it if you want and not if you don't. Someone did ask, what are some guidelines for tipping people? That's really hard because how much you give someone, I think it depends on how much you have or what you feel. I would just say whatever you feel like is okay to give. I would like to hear from those of you down below, you could always say, give your room steward $20 a day. Give, everybody has different views on that. I would say, think about it, think about what you feel like you can do, but I would love to hear from all of you. If you have any good rules of thumb or something you always do, I loved it when Mark said he slides a $20 bill in the little coin envelope and keeps his eye out for people that are probably underappreciated. To me, that's a good rule of thumb. So, could I hear from you on that, please? Now, the other people that I want to hear from, I've been watching, there have been a lot of flights canceled. Sometimes it shows why they're canceled. Sometimes they are still being canceled sometimes for lack of a pilot. And there have been more flights canceled this week, of course. This is the day before Thanksgiving than we normally have. I think I already told you that Delta is expecting 5 million people to travel this week. And so let me know, those of you who are out there, how it's going. I think of our Let's Go family members who are leaving on that cruise on December 2nd. Anyone else who is traveling right now, let us know how it's going. And if you are going to go traveling, make sure that you have got your extra little bags so that you've got some food with you, some water with you, your medicine with you, so that if you are in an airport way longer than you expect, whether it's where you're starting out from or on your way, that you have got what you need, because sometimes when it's late, restaurants at the airports close. And so I just wanted to remind us all of that. I know I need reminding of those things sometimes. I hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving tomorrow. I'll plan on talking to you all tomorrow as well. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And if you ever watch one of our videos and you feel like like it's something valuable, that you learned something, or had anything helpful for anyone with it, and you feel like sharing it on Facebook, that is okay with us. That would help us out. Or if you feel like sharing it, sending it to a friend, however it is that you would like to share things, that would help us out. And so if you feel so inclined, thank you. If you appreciate this video, if you would give it a thumbs up, that would be great too. Thank you so very much. I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye.